1067. Wait. Hey, wake up Orlando, the sun is on fire. Johnny's house blazing, we taking it higher. Hall of Fame legend Johnny Magic's flow. On XL 1067, running the whole show. Brian bringing jokes like a stand-up ninja. Punchline so sharp they cut when they hit ya. Ray got no filter, she might just explode. What will she say next? Nobody knows. Theories on the socials, the queen of the clicks. Spinning reels like a DJ turning those tricks. Johnny drives the train, we almost off the tracks. Orlando is ours, yeah, we taking it back. XL's the fire, Johnny's house is the spark. We the voice of the city, we light up the dark. On your drive while you hustle, while you break and you grind. It's Orlando's number one, always on top. This is Johnny's house, feel that energy rise. The number one morning show, lighting up the skies. Turn the volume up, put your hands to the beat. Orlando's life pulse right on your street.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 1067. You are listening to Johnny's house. It's Thursday morning. Going to be sunny with a high of 93, 60% chance of rain, 75 right now.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, so I was telling you that Donald Trump, our president, has made sure that the Grizzlies have been released.
Yep, they're out.
So they are officially out. They've been pardoned.
He on that same suit he went on.
Yes.
Hey, and cameras were waiting.
Yeah, they
Yes.
were.
It only took like 24 hours.
Yes. That's usually all it takes, just that signature, and then
Yep.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
out.
Once you're free, boy, I'm waiting at the door.
Oh, yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah.
So can you take a stab on who wants to be pardoned next?
Tiger King.
Stop, bro. But honestly, though,
Well, he's been asking for
Joe
5
Exotic.
years now.
Mr. Joe Exotic, you nailed
He
it.
thought
He
Joe
is-
Biden was going to do it.
He
Yes.
is so upset right now.
Yes, you nailed
Yeah.
it. So
Like, wait a second. You let Larry Hoover out?
You're talking
Oh, yeah.
big meat.
I'm going to talk about that
Larry
later on
Hoover.
this
Like,
hour.
what?
I will be talking about
So,
that.
wait a second. People that got released before me, the Grizzlies, Kodak Black,
Yeah.
Larry Hoover. Come on now.
Yeah, NBA young boy.
Yes.
Who
I'm a
the
Tiger
hell is
King.
NBA young boy?
Yes.
And Joe Exotic is still up in prison, so it's not off the table just yet, is what they're saying.
It ain't on the
but
table.
he feels like he's getting snubbed
yeah.
on the latest round of Trump clemency
Yes,
rulings.
no.
Bro, let the man free.
So a pardon for Joe remains a possibility. However, his case was not reviewed during a recent round of presidential pardons, they said.
Wow.
So it's unclear why Joe wasn't made a priority this time around, but we're told this very possible Exotic's case will be reviewed in the very near future, is what the report is saying.
Now, was it making a murder? Is that what that kid?
Yeah.
Who all he wants to
Oh
do? is
my God.
Let him out.
They need to let him
man.
out.
That, we need to start a petition
Really?
for that.
Yeah,
Let
they need to
him
let that
out,
man out.
man.
I agree with that.
I can't believe he's still in there.
I-
He should be above Joe Exotic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, the folks reviewing the clemency cases for Trump are not swayed by celebrity status, is
Yep.
what they're saying. But I don't know.
He's mad,
He's
boy.
so pissed.
He's in jail just mad.
Yeah. So Morgan Wallen, I was telling you yesterday how he's making history. Well, now he is the first artist in history to claim the entire top 10 of the Hot Country Songs chart, which is impressive.
1 through 10?
38 songs on his album.
Yeah.
Yes.
10 of them bound to be good.
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
So pretty much he's nailed it. And on top of that, he's got what is it? He broke the record for the most songs charted on the Billboard 100 in a single week with 37 songs.
Wow.
All 37 songs are in the top 100.
Wow, that's so impressive.
Now, back in the day, would that have been a triple album or a double album?
Triple.
It would have been triple.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would have
Because
been
most
triple.
of them were 12,
There used to
right?
be
Or
about
something.
12
Yeah.
tracks. Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
having a triple album, and it was a trifold.
You fold it. What?
Yep,
Yes,
there it was.
One in the middle
That's
and one on
right.
each side.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh, that
sir.
is so funny.
And you felt good, like, I got all this music.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the
Oh,
lyrics.
yes.
And then I'm going to go and read the thank yous.
Yes.
And sometimes they had poster boards in
Yeah.
them.
See, that's when you got intimate with your music.
Yeah.
You know, if you had headphones on, you listen to your music, you read, you find out who wrote it. You know, you get in. Now you play a song and move on.
Now you
Yeah.
do a dumb TikTok dance and then you find another one.
Yes. Do you know what is really funny? Obviously, Tom Cruise does all of his own, like,
yeah.
all of his
Stunts,
stunts
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
everything like that. So Amy Poehler was so funny. She was like, he turns me off. I get the ick from Tom Cruise. So I guess Amy remembers watching Tom in one of his first movies, which was The Outsiders. This is like an 80s
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
She
It's
realized
a great movie.
It is.
Yeah.
she said, that's when I realized I was turned off by guys doing gymnastics. So she was like, I got the ick. She's like, I don't like men doing splits. I don't find it attractive and kind of goofy for like gymnastics and all that stuff. So she's like, the first thought that I had of Tom Cruise was that he was like cool. But then I was like, oh, he kind of gives me the ick.
Oh,
So
no.
she was just like, he does a backflip in it and like all this other stuff that she said. But she was like, that was the first time I realized that I got the ick and I don't like guys doing gymnastics.
You saying that you want Tom Cruise a megastar?
He
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Megastar.
Yeah.
You may not like him, but that man found his lane. I'm gonna make every Mission Impossible possible.
I'm not a
real.
fan. I've never seen one Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Tom Cruise, but I
I
know,
know you're not.
he's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not for everybody, but the man
saw
does the work.
I saw the first half of the movie that he has out now, the Mission Impossible. This is
Yeah.
part 2. So I ain't going. It was too packed this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, I
ain't,
know.
I ain't trying to be elbow to elbow.
This is the last Mission Impossible,
Yeah, this is the
right?
last one.
Okay.
That used to be a weekly series.
I know.
Way back in the day. All right, we'll give you some updates on what's been going on in our world. We'll do that next on Johnny's House. Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars on Johnny's house. It is 6:20. It's going to be 60% chance of rain. Sunshine at 93, 75 right now. I think all schools are out except Osceola. And they say we're going to run this thing Friday.
Right.
We're going to run it. Everybody else out, y'all go to school.
I wouldn't be there.
No.
Let's see. Yesterday, I told the kid he didn't have to go to school. So when I got home, he was there. And you have your routine. I go home, throw the keys down, look in the refrigerator, and my kid is now, his voice is deeper than mine. He's taller than me. Hey, Dad, what the hell? Hell you come from?
We got a prowler.
We got a grown man up here. So I said, listen, I'm gonna let you this week do whatever you want, sleep in, but next week we got to get a routine. Sleep until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But this weekend you had a good year, you did well in school, blah, blah, blah. So pretty much getting used to the routine of getting my health back in order and having a grown kid at the house. Ray, how was yours?
It was good. My son also took the words "school's optional" to heart, and so yesterday he didn't go to school for his last day, but my daughter did.
Nah, I don't feel like it.
He's like, nah, I'm good. I know mom gets out at like 10, and I'm like, first of all, it's not 10 o'clock that I am done. Just because you don't hear my voice on the radio, I'm not done.
I love the fact that 10 o'clock they think you need to be home at 10:01.
Yes.
10:01.
Yeah. So, so my son didn't go to school, but my daughter did. And then
Is she the social butterfly
yes.
too? Okay.
Oh my God. And if she could live with her teacher, she would, which I feel like that's how all kindergarten teachers are.
For sure.
But I had them, and then I went and picked up the girlfriend's daughter too. So I had all three of them.
Nice.
So Camp Ray went well yesterday.
Camp Ray was great. It went off. We went to the pool. We were riding little go-karts.
Hey, if you want to find out how important your kids' early school teachers are, let them see them outside of class.
Oh, yeah.
Like if y'all in the mall, Miss Brown, like what the hell is that?
One night my daughter didn't sleep, and she was like, "I want to live with Miss Patterson." I'm like, "What?"
Oh, wow.
Cool. Let's make that happen.
Really? Let's make that call.
Yeah.
B, how about you, man?
At least for a few weeks. It was good. Did some stuff around here, had meetings and whatnot. And then I stayed late to get some work done. And then I went home and I was like, I'm going to do just the front yard because it's hot. But then I did the whole yard yesterday.
Oh, you was on it, huh?
Yeah, because the clouds came in and it blocked the sun a little bit. So it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
And I have a busy weekend ahead because we have this Disney thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow us on social media. Lots of cool Disney stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm like, well, I don't want to get to tomorrow.
Yeah, didn't have to do it.
Because I have an appearance at a brand new car wash tomorrow that's grand opening.
Ooh.
Not Johnny Clean, by the way. Different spot.
I was like, I didn't okay that one.
So I'm like, I got to get the yard done. So I went ahead and just did the whole yard. I told my wife, though, look, if you stop hearing the lawnmower for an extended period of time, just look outside, make sure I ain't passed out.
How long does it take?
About hour and 45 minutes to do front and back and do the edging and stuff.
Okay.
So not too bad. I burned 1,800 calories.
Is your yard one of those that you can use one of those electric ones?
And that's what I use.
Oh, I mean, no, the one that you just put it in and it charts itself out.
Oh, no, I push.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. It'd end up in the pool probably, which would be bad.
And then it's a couple $1,000.
Right. Plus, I like doing it.
Yeah.
Like, because to me, it's a good workout. It gets me outside. I put my headphones in and I just listen to music, which is good. It's a good stress.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was scarred as a child.
Yeah. So same. For years, I didn't do it. And then I got tired of paying a company to literally destroy my yard. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just do it myself.
Every Saturday morning.
Yep.
Rain.
No self-propelled.
No.
Self-propelled. What's that? No riding lawnmower.
We had about an acre of land.
Yeah.
Every Saturday.
Yep.
I used to fake it. But boy, you better get up, gotta cut that grass.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was the worst. It was the worst. Now we ain't edging weed back then. We just cut grass.
Oh no, yeah, we ain't do no edging.
But we had to rake it.
Oh yes.
And then put it into bags.
Yes.
I hated fall.
Because we didn't have no bag with a catcher on it.
See, we had fall. Fall's leaves.
Oh yeah, we didn't have that.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
So anytime you talk about it, I admire you, bro.
Yeah, so I did that, but then also that means I didn't get a nap. So I just jumped in the pool and sat in the pool for about 45 minutes to cool off.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
And then I took a shower and I went to bed at like 7:30.
Yeah, some people say jumping in that pool would have been the shower.
Yeah, no, I have a saltwater pool, so yeah, I can't do that.
That was our shower when we were kids.
Same. But
Put your clothes on. Let's go.
I got a saltwater pool though, so then you'd be all salty. Yeah, I can't do that.
Nerese, how was yours?
It was really good. So yesterday, got some work done around here, raced home and got ready because I gave the commencement speech at Bridge Prep Academy.
How long was your speech?
Oh, I would say it was like 7 minutes.
Okay,
I
good,
went
yeah.
live on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Anything longer than that, you'd have lost them.
Even
Yeah.
7 is long, but
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
you can
No,
feel
good.
it. Yeah.
Good.
I think at my pace, I was talking slow, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It was for the 8th grade graduation. So
Nice.
talked highly of, my progress and making it to Johnny's house, life-changing, trying to get some inspiration to the kids. And then even after,
Mhm.
so many people came up to me and gave me so much love from Johnny's house. Like
Yeah.
there was this one girl in particular. I mean, she was practically shaking at
Yeah.
like the enjoyment and the thrill of seeing me. She's like being able to
Oh,
represent
yeah,
Johnny's
for
house.
sure,
Like she
for
was
sure.
so
Oh,
excited.
yeah.
I'm like, that humbled me so
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
I like almost wanted to cry.
No, it's really cool. It just like I mean, everybody on the show deals with it. It just catches you off guard.
Yeah.
Like you can be like, man, I gotta get these 28 rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Johnny! Hey, how you doing? Good, girl. Where's Ray? Ray and Brian and all three. But I love it. Yeah, it's part of the terror.
That was definitely the highlight.
I like the fact that we have a show that people show us love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't have the kind of show that somebody says, Johnny, what dog? Back up, back it up,
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
we don't have that kind of show. So
Mhm.
anytime somebody want to show love, we appreciate that. When we come back, a lot of you outside of Osceola County had some people that are graduating and want to find out what are the rules now if you have a kid that's graduating in the household. Will they change or are they the same? Get into it on Johnny's House. 6:38 on a Thursday is Johnny's house. 60% chance of rain. A lot of sunshine today and 93, 75 right now. All right. It says Osceola County is out on Friday. Lake County hit us up on the XL Mobile. Our last day is today. I'm sorry, Lake County.
Okay.
I didn't know. Last time. Now, what's happening is a lot of you now started the year with seniors, and now you have graduates. And I'm just kind of curious. Now that they're graduates, some of them are, going into the workforce. Some of them going off to school. Some of them are going to the military. I'm just kind of curious, after graduations, do the household rules change? Now, I'll never forget my graduation. Parents came. It was at night in the stadium, and I had the dinner. And then I just started going to the different parties. And I think I got in about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I just thought it was understood. It was my graduation that I was going to be out a little later than
right, because
normal.
You're grown now.
Yeah. Oh, hell no. I got home. I went to sleep. I woke up. Mom, Dad's like, we need to talk to you. I said, what made you think you can just come in like that? Graduated. I'm leaving here in a couple of weeks to go to school.
Uh-oh.
No. Here's the rules. Same curfew.
Jeez, didn't give you a second to breathe.
No, I did same curfew. Did you go in this time again? You gotta understand, we had no cell phones.
Right. True.
That was, if you did have cell phone, you were rich.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, same. Pretty much they laid down the rules. Ain't nothing changed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Back then it was my house, my rules.
Right.
You grown now. You feel as though you can't do it. I'm like, damn, I just graduated yesterday. There's no grace period, nothing.
Mm-mm.
No, that's how it was until I left. I was like, hey, look, I'm dating so-and-so. Can I stay a little later?
Mm-mm.
Can she stay a little later?
That's crazy.
That's rough.
Hey, growing up in the South, it was set up for you. It was so uncomfortable, you wanted to leave.
Right.
They didn't want you staying there so comfortable that that's where you're going to stay. It was like, you know what? I'm going to let you stay here. You got to do this. Make sure you go to school. But it wasn't so comfortable that you like, you know what? I'm going to just stay here forever. It was so comfortable that your inside started boiling.
Well, and leaving back then was way more feasible than
yeah.
now.
Oh, absolutely.
It was way more doable.
Yeah.
Like, you actually could get yourself a job and head out if you wanted
I think it was about maybe 10 to 15 years ago that we started taking calls and started noticing that more people were moving back home with parents because of the cost of things.
Yep.
And parents like, all right, well, get yourself together. Stay here as long as you can, make your money, and then.
And in the last 5 years, it's just exploded.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was talking to someone yesterday. 5 years ago, their rent was $1,600.
Oh my gosh.
It's $2,300 now.
I just can't.
But their income hasn't increased to match
Yeah.
that. So if you're trying to get out on your own now, it's hard.
Yeah. No. Back then, it was set up to make it so uncomfortable that you would.
Yeah. I didn't have any rules as a senior, so
Really?
it didn't change for me because my mom let me do pretty much whatever I wanted. But I also was very responsible.
Yeah.
I didn't while out, so
Yeah.
she knew there was no need to put like her foot down on anything.
Yeah.
So nothing
Yeah.
changed for me. We let my son kind of have a little bit more free range now.
Now, was this right after graduation or?
Well, yeah, because he was 18 already.
Yeah.
When he graduated, he turned 18 already, and slowly it grew to now. It's pretty much come and go as you please. Just be respectful. Like I had to teach him that part.
Yeah, be respectful of the house.
Be respectful of the house and be respectful of me being here waiting for you to get home.
Yeah.
He didn't understand that at first because he's like, I'm an adult. I just do whatever. You don't got to worry about it. But I do got to worry about it until you don't
child.
live here anymore. I got to worry about it. So now it's gotten to the point where like he texts me and tells me, hey, I'm going to be late. I have his location on my phone. Like you said, there's no cell phones back then. I have his location on my phone. If it came down to it, I know where he's at.
I was going to say, he's very respectful, it seems like.
That's what I asked of him. Be respectful of the house.
Yeah.
Treat it like it is a high-end apartment because it's definitely a place you couldn't afford.
Yeah.
And we're going to be good. If you don't do that, we're going to have a problem.
That's when you're going to start having problems.
Right.
Ray, how was it for you?
I mean, I kind of the same thing as Brian. I didn't really
Yeah, no
have that many
supervision.
rules.
Really? Yeah, you used to have boyfriend sleepovers, didn't you?
I did.
What kind of crap is that?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Johnny makes it sound so bad. You ain't have no supervision.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
none.
I was like a
How could
little
you just go as you please?
hoodlum, just
What kind
running the
of crap
streets.
going on?
I
with
was
that?
supervised.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm so alive.
hey, mom, my girl gonna spend the night. Okay, baby. Oh God, no.
I'm still alive. You know, I'm not in jail. I'm not a prostitute. I don't have any STDs.
Hey, mom, if this room is a rocket, don't y'all come knocking.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, and make sure you set her a place for dinner.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Wow.
You got to understand. We even talk about it now how we're different. Where we have a dry Thanksgiving and stuff. And I hear you guys, and I'm just like, my mind is like,
Yeah, I was having slumber parties in high school with boyfriends, girlfriends, everybody.
everybody
Oh
slept
my
over.
God.
Everybody.
See, I didn't do that.
Good.
Maybe you didn't have supervision.
Wow. My mom would come in, eye tapping the girls to go home. Maurice, did rules
Jeez.
change after you graduated high school?
Immediately. So my mom was like, first things first, either you pay rent, like as a
Yes.
mortgage,
Yes.
or you go to school and you pay for your tuition
Yep.
and then live free in
Yeah,
my house.
yeah.
I think that's standard.
And-
a lot of people like, as long as you do something.
Doing something. Yeah.
But you
Make
can't be
something
sitting here
around.
for free
Yes.
playing Xbox.
For
Yes,
sure. But
yes.
at one point, I started getting older and I started going out and I came home late. And one time my mom was like pressing me about it. And I go, you know what? You're going to be on top of me about it. I will pay for rent. She got so like, I turned the table on her and she kind of like flipped the switch. She's like, don't talk to me like that.
Oh, yeah.
But like in a way that's just like, no, just don't do
Oh,
that. Yeah,
that-
yeah. Kind of
if
like
that's
protecting the
if that's
situation.
no, you gonna get me? How about this? I triple the rent on you.
Yeah, that's what she would do.
Triple the rent. You want to pay some rent? Pay all of it.
Yeah.
Damn it. I want to find out from you now that some of you have kids that are graduating, or how was it for you? Do the rules change or do they stay the same? Got a pair of tickets to see Alex Warren. It's gonna be at the Edition Financial Arena on October the 5th. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067, XL Mobile 41067. Live stream, social media. Wake up. We want to hear from you. Do the rules change for your kids once they graduated high school? Did it change for you? We want to hear stories. So call us now on Johnny's House. 6:54, Johnny's house, 60% chance of rain, sunshine at 93 today, 75 right now. Talking about how rules changed once you graduate, and talking to Brian and Ray, and they say they didn't have any rules in high school, that y'all just pretty much just do whatever you want when you want.
I mean,
Yeah.
And just, but you go to school, they knew that, right?
yes.
You got to check in.
Yeah.
Right.
But if do you say, Mom, I'm gonna have sleepovers and the guys are gonna stay, or how does that?
I mean,
I'm just curious. It's still mind-boggling.
I
to me.
would ask,
And how do you ask?
hey, Mom, can so-and-so sleep over tonight?
And you mentioned boys,
Yeah.
and your mom would say, "Yeah, cool."
You'd be like,
Or did they check with their parents?
she would ask that all the
Okay.
time. Is it okay with their parents?
Now, how many of those people? How many of your friends lied to their parents so they can go to the co-ed sleepover?
Probably the majority of them. To be
Brian,
honest.
Brian, do you have co-ed sleepovers?
We did not.
Okay.
No. I mean, as I got older, like after high school,
Yeah.
my girlfriend was allowed to stay at the house.
Okay. Yeah.
But like in high school, we didn't have co-ed sleepovers. No.
Yeah.
No.
I know the reason.
No, I couldn't even ask. No, don't even know. But it's funny because when one of my exes at the time, when we were dating during college, when it was like acceptable for him to sleep over, my mom's like, door open.
I ain't never been
Yeah.
acceptable to have somebody sleep over.
Nah, but it was like I was deep into college at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that she just thought that I would be very respectful.
That
Right. Well, she was wrong.
Yeah. Wow. That's just amazing.
I mean, I still went to school the next day.
But no, I guess it's cool. It taught you responsibility at a very young age. You know, you
Yeah.
had certain freedoms that I didn't learn until later on in life. You guys already knew in high school.
I think my mom would have stepped in and really locked things down if it were necessary.
Yeah.
But I had a pretty healthy respect for her, so I didn't want it to get to
disrespect her.
that.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where she knew that.
Yeah.
So I think I had good grades.
Yeah.
And so I think she was like, if I came from a Southern family.
Yeah.
So like if I needed to be checked, I would have been checked. But
Yeah.
she was working all the time too. So she wasn't,
Yeah.
she didn't see a lot of it.
So her thing was like, look, I'm tired. Nothing that you're doing is raise
Right.
a flag.
The police ain't here
Yeah.
and the house is here when I get home.
Yeah.
And Ray, y'all hid in the woods from the police.
We did that once or
Yeah.
twice.
Oh my
See,
gosh.
we ain't the same.
I mean, it was twice.
What
Yeah.
did you do?
Well, one of them was our senior prank,
Yeah.
and then the police came and we got in trouble, so we hid. And then they brought the helicopters
Dropped
out, and then it
his
was like a whole
head.
different
That-
thing. Yeah.
But none of that got back to your parents.
Oh no, they knew.
And you can still have,
And they were
ahead,
like,
sleep
well,
over?
you're not in the back of a cop car, so that's impressive.
Oh,
but again, it made you the person you are today.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I know we're on the radio, but I can just sit back and
Right,
I can just listen to these stories with.
Right, because we're not the same.
No, we ain't the same.
I could just sit back and listen to these stories like, and so the police were in the helicopters, and then 2 days later you can say, Mom, can we have an adult sleepover? And the kid co-ed sleepover, and they say, sure, sweetheart, come on in, you ain't get caught.
No.
But again, it made you the person you are today.
Yes.
Now, will those same rules apply?
My children will not get away with anything.
Yeah.
Yo, there
They
it
will
is.
not
There
get
it is.
away with anything.
And well, be careful telling them stories too, because my son now
Yeah.
he throws it back at me when I say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I've heard what you did when you were
Yeah.
my age.
Let them come home smelling like something. I will
Yeah.
know.
Mine
Yeah.
ain't but some skunk. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
All
Good
right.
luck. That's all I can say to you is good luck.
All right, celebrity news. What's up, Ray?
Did you see Hailey Bieber sold her company?
Woo! They ain't got financial problems anymore.
No.
Well, she ain't.
If you didn't know, we'll explain it in 3 minutes.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, so Hailey Bieber, if you didn't know, she's got the Rhode skincare brand, which is pretty big. A lot of people post about it and love her product. But yesterday, she had a pretty good day. She announced that e.l.f. Beauty has acquired her Rhode skincare brand for $1 billion deal.
With a B.
Yes, with a B. So Hailey is going to be the chief creative officer and head of innovation at Rhode and a strategic advisor to e.l.f. Beauty. So she's basically going to be working for both companies. And when she released the statement yesterday, she said, when I launched Rhode in 2022, I always had big dreams for the company. And the most important thing to me is to keep bringing Rhode to more spaces, places, and faces globally.
Ray, I got a question for you.
Yes.
You think she would have held on it a little bit longer if they weren't going through a financial situation? Because, acquisition like that didn't happen overnight. They've probably been working on it for like maybe a year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean...
I think $1 billion. If you hit $1 billion, I think you take it.
Yeah.
Like that's
right?
big, man.
There's nothing higher than that. I feel like.
But you got to let somebody know my company's for sale.
Yes. Yeah. So like you said, it's probably been in motion for a while, but she said, I found a like-minded distributor with visions that, aren't really different from her company and what she was building. So, I mean, this is going to be huge because like I was telling you, it's probably going to be in Target and wherever e.l.f. Beauty is, distributed. So it's going to be big for her.
Okay.
But $1 billion, we don't know exactly how much she's going to be taking in from that because, it is her brand and she's still going to be working for both of them, which is big.
That means she'll still get a salary too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Rihanna has some beef with DJ Khaled.
Really?
Did you see? Okay. So,
No.
but it's like some funny beef.
Oh, okay.
So DJ Khaled posted a video earlier where he's stripping a mango with a knife and like eating it with a knife and like the way that he's peeling the mango back and like all of that. And Rihanna dropped a little message to him saying, stop butchering these mangoes, bro. He's like, she goes, my little Caribbean heart is aching every time. So he tried to like use his teeth to peel it back and all that stuff. But it was really funny because she was just like trolling him on the way that he was eating his mango.
She was probably minding her business. And then she thought, no, don't do that. You're killing it.
Hey, in his defense, man, mangoes are hard to peel and get right.
Yeah. Especially if they're not like ripe or enough or whatever. So. But he posted a video of himself where he was like peeling it with utensils and then trying to get it with the teeth and like just butchering it. And so she just dropped him a little message like,
I've seen that with people who eat wings and leave like 30% of the meat still on there.
Oh my gosh, I know.
He's like, no.
I'm already teaching my kids young. Like at 6, I'm like, you got to get all this.
You got to get all this down here. No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
So you watch Wednesday.
Yes, I've seen it.
Do you watch Wednesday, Nerys? No. I know Brian doesn't.
Nope.
It is so good. I love that show. It's on Netflix. But the season 2, part 1 hits Netflix on August 6th. But Jenna Ortega, the main person of the show, she was talking about how playing a teenager when you're 22 is very challenging.
I can imagine.
She's like, I'm doing a show where I play a schoolgirl, but I'm a young woman, and it's been really annoying to be like a small young woman because nobody is taking her seriously.
Yeah.
She's 22 years old and she has to dress like a schoolgirl. And she's like, there's something that is just very patronizing about it when you're short and you're already like physically looking down on yourself. So I just feel bad because she is like a big actress right now and she's doing great things. But she's 22.
Let's not talk about that weekend movie, but I'm done.
I was just going to say that.
But Hollywood's been doing that forever. Like the cast of 90210, they had 30-year-olds playing high school kids. It's because they don't want to work around child labor stuff.
Yeah.
And they want you to be mature enough to handle Hollywood.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's beneficial for her because she does look like a very young 22-year-old.
Bro, the show Euphoria is a great example for that.
Yeah. Did she create the Wednesday dance?
I think she did. Yeah,
she did.
That's where the dance came from, but I don't know if she was the one that like put it in the script.
Just went in there and just did that thing. All right, updating you on what's happening, what's trending is on the way on Johnny's House. The Weeknd said, latest I make good music. The Weeknd, Cry for Me, 7:09 on Johnny's house. Thunder, you guys get any thundering last night? You get any rain?
A little bit, not rain, but like
Looked like something was about to happen.
The clouds rolled in, but nothing really happened. Yeah.
60% chance of that happening again. A lot of sunshine today. 93 is a high, 75 right now. Nerese, what's trending?
Yeah, so trending right now, Tiger Woods' 16-year-old son, Charlie Woods, he just achieved the biggest win of his young golf career. Yesterday, he captured his first American Junior Golf Association title at the Team Tailor-Made Invitational in Florida. He won by shooting 15 under par and overall beating the 4 top 5 ranked players in that division, which is crazy because last year he tied for 25th and even failed to qualify for the U.S. Open. So this is a huge improvement.
I mean, he's learning from the best.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
He's actually really good.
Yeah.
So I have to talk about these like little looking monsters that are like stuffed dolls that people are using as like accessories, like keychains. They're called Labubu, which is a hand size.
You've seen them,
okay, so you know what I'm talking about, right?
They're so expensive.
I don't even know where this came from, but they're like this hand size, elvish like looking creature that comes from many different forms, and all together they're called the monsters. It's Labubu if you're looking it up. It's a collectible, and it was created by an artist, Cassin Lung, from Hong Kong back in 2015.
Those things are expensive?
They can
Oh
be.
my gosh.
They're very small.
Yes.
But they can be expensive because there's like artists like Rihanna, Dua Lipa, one of the artists from Blackpink, like they're rocking it, which has been really increasing the prices on these like little dolls. But I don't know what the hype is about it, but it's becoming super trendy. Yeah.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, there's in New York. The last time we went up there, they were so expensive. They're like 150 or like
I see some for 13.
80.
That might be the fake one.
There's one that's 129.90,
Yeah, the fake ones are.
$85.
It's like Beanie Babies. Like it just took off, but now celebrities have done it. So now it's like, we got to have them.
They got
But
one.
you'll see girls with them like hanging on their purses or backpacks.
The Pop Mart Labubu Monster Dress, $942.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. Eventually, they'll be at the register over at TJ Maxx.
Yeah. But it's crazy because even though it's been around since 2015, I mean, last year they made $419 million in revenue. So, and to think it's just trending. Now, given that it is summer, basically here, we all know how important it is to pinch pennies with our AC. Experts are saying that 78 degrees has been shown to be the ideal balance between being easy on the wallet and still keeping your house cool.
78.
That's on the west wing of your house. Hold on, relax.
Cool.
Look, now everybody know you didn't. I don't mind. 75 is where mine is located.
Me too.
Yeah.
Nah, when people come over, Johnny puts it up to 78.
78 is hot.
It is hot.
Yeah.
It is hot.
Well, they're recommending it to have the thermostat at 78, especially if you're like leaving your house. But
Okay.
Here's the way 78 feels good. Is go outside, walk around a little bit, and then come back in, and it's like, okay, it's nice in here.
Look, our electric bill's outrageous, but we keep our house at 73 during the day and 71 at night.
Ooh.
I like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Goodness.
It's glorious.
Look, my house, I go to bed, my kid turns it to 70. I'll get up and turn it back to 75.
Yep.
He has no idea.
My wife said, look, I'm going through the lady change. I get hot. I need some AC up in here.
Yeah.
that's understandable.
I tell my kid, look, you got 3 blankets and a semi-quilt and 2 pillows over your head, son.
Right.
The air ain't hitting you.
That's comfort, baby.
Not up in here.
That's why I like staying in hotels. I put that on 63.
Oh, yes, that's my favorite.
Hey.
First thing I do, I get a
Yes,
hotel.
sir.
63.
Me too.
Yes, sir.
And if it don't go that low, I call down there and go, hey, I think the thermostat broke. It only goes to 65.
I hate the ones that when you open the door, it turns them off.
Me too.
I
yeah.
don't like those. All right, it's time for the throwback game. That's where we ask you questions in 4 categories, questions from back in the day. We have movie premises, we have music, pop trivia, and TV. You get the most right today, we're going to hook you up 4-pack of tickets to the Crayola experience at the Florida Mall. They're very simple questions. All you got to do is answer the most. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You've been playing in your car. You've been playing alone. Now do it on the air for the prize. Have the nerves to call and be the first-time caller to do it. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. Throwback game. You want to win? You got to call so you can play on Johnny's house. That's Grenade Bruno Mars on Johnny's House 725. Sunny and 92 is our high. Ray, what does it look now? Last time we checked, it was 75.
It is 77.
77 and a 60% chance of rain. All right, time to play the throwback game. We ask you questions from back in the day, and all you got to do is get the most right. And you do so, we're going to give you something to do with your family for the summer. How about a 4-pack of tickets to the Crayola experience that is happening at the Florida Mall? The first thing you want to do is meet our contestant representing Merritt Island, 29 years old, works for the government. Let's say good morning to Jennifer. Let me see that. Jennifer, good morning.
I'm actually 49. I'm about to be 50 in a couple weeks.
No,
dang, that's
hell no.
crazy.
Right here, I see Merritt Island, 29,
Wow.
works for the government.
Sorry, Noreen.
Crazy.
So you might want to sound a little younger on the radio.
Hey, you should have rolled with 29.
I would have rolled with
would
29.
never correct that.
Seriously.
I'd have rolled all
I'm
day.
owning it.
I'd have all day. 29. Well, thank you.
That's been in my all day long. I'd be
All
like,
day.
you heard me on the radio. They called me 29.
They checked me. They checked my license. I tried to buy a beer. They checked my driver's license. Go ahead, girl. All right. So it's your first time playing. What made you decide to do it today?
I just really wanted to play. It always seems fun. I'm sure I'm going to be horrible at it today. but we'll see how it goes.
No. It's just a little different on the air. That's all. It's a little different. You got this.
And this is where being 49 will actually help you.
yes, because you know these
Oh,
things.
I hope so.
Man,
I'm
just-
looking for an advantage.
I ain't no damn 29. I'm 49. Okay, girl. Okay. All right. These are all movie premises. They all star the one and only Tom Cruise. And if you listen closely, the title's in there. Okay. All right.
Okay.
What movie is this? An American agent under false suspicions of disloyalty must discover and expose the real spy without the help of his organization, the Impossible Mission Force.
Mission Impossible.
There you go. You got it. How about this one? When a sports agent by the name of Jerry Maguire has moral empathy, he is fired for expressing it and decides to put his new philosophy to the test as an independent agent.
Jerry Maguire.
There you go. That's very easy. 2 for 2. All right, Ms.
yes,
Ray.
sir.
Nerese.
So Jennifer, we're going to play a song. All you have to do is just give me the name of the artist singing it or the title of the song.
But I'm a creep. I'm a
What's that?
I can barely even hear
Girl,
it.
you can hear that song.
What?
I'll play it again.
I'm sorry.
Listen close.
Here we go.
But I'm a creep.
I'm a creep.
It's on you.
What the hell
Creep.
am I doing here?
Final answer. What is your final answer, Jennifer?
It should be creep.
Okay, creep is the answer.
All
correct.
right, girl. You know you can hear that song.
Okay. Here's the next one.
I swear I could only barely
That's
hear
what,
it.
that's what's happening when you're 49.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead and turn up that hearing aid a little bit. Put it on 7.
And if you could, I'd take you home with me.
Macarena.
Oh, you heard that one?
Yeah. You heard
Hey,
I had to plug one of my ears.
You had to close one of your ears, whatever. All right. Now it's the hard part of the program. Miss Ray, what you got?
All right. In the 2000s, this female pop star topped the charts all the time with some of her hits like What a Girl Wants.
That's not the movie. No. The blonde one. Christina Aguilera?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
They
girl.
were all blonde.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Britney Spears and her. I mean, come on.
Which video game features a plumber named Mario?
Mario Brothers.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And B.
All right. These are multiple choice to help you out. These are all
Okay, so 4.
big time actors that started in TV. So before Michael J.
Okay.
Fox went back to the future as Marty McFly, he was Alex P. Keaton on what TV show? Was it Family Matters?
Family Ties.
There you go.
Okay.
Look at
He
you.
knows.
All right.
All right. Before Leonardo DiCaprio or DiCaprio was left to die by Rose as Jack in Titanic, he was Luke Bauer on what TV show? Was it The Cosby Show, Growing Pains, or Full House?
Growing Pains.
It was Growing
Oh,
Pains.
you ran the table.
Look at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I remember him on the
Let's go.
Cosby Show.
Let's go.
He used to date Rudy.
Oh,
Really?
Oh, really?
No.
You made me question that.
No.
Hey, it was that very special episode where they dealt with interracial dating.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
All right, she ran the table. We got another first-time player representing the city of Orange City. 32 years old, I think. Kayla, good morning.
Good morning.
Are you 32?
I'm 32.
Yeah!
Yeah,
All
you
right.
guys.
So why today you decided to play the game?
Because we were listening to you in the radio this morning, and my 7-year-old said, Mommy, I want to go to Crayola.
Oh.
Pressure.
Okay. How'd you do that last round?
I got all but 2.
Well, you got to get them all right. You get one wrong, the contest is over. So I'm going to let you pick whatever order you want to go in. Which order you want to go in?
We'll start with multiple choice.
All right. So that'll be you, B.
Okay. Well, we might get this out of the way real quick.
Damn.
All right. These are all
man.
big-time actors that started in TV. Before Jim Carrey was tracking down dolphins as Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, he played roles like Fire Marshal Bill on what TV show? Was it SNL, Mad TV, or In Living Color?
In Living Color.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Before George Clooney was plotting to rob casinos as Danny Ocean, George Clooney was Dr. Doug Ross on what TV show? Was it St. Elsewhere, General Hospital, or ER?
General Hospital.
No.
Game
George
over.
Clooney was on ER.
That was an aggressive no.
Big break. I
I
thought everybody knew that.
Yeah. Kayla.
Dr. McDreamy and McSteamy and all that stuff.
I'm
Wasn't that
sorry.
them?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's
man. And
That's okay.
you just ruined her daughter's day.
Your hard question. You'd have got mine.
He said it was you.
She chose to go
I
with
wanted
mine.
to say ER, and I felt like that was too easy. I'm like, no, I don't know this answer.
Man.
It's Brian's fault.
It's
It
okay.
You
is.
should ask Johnny if he has extra tickets.
Oh, I don't have it. Look, I used to. When there was a certain person that worked in the back, they found me tickets. I give away tickets now. I'm gonna be in somebody's office.
Well, now you can just go back there and find them. How about that?
Yeah,
Since
really.
we don't have that employee anymore.
Kayla, if I could, I would. I don't have them. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll still take her.
All right. Well, you go and have a great time, okay?
Have a good day, guys.
Bye bye. Man, Brian, you made it real hard for her, man. Dang.
Well, on the plus side, we got the suspense out of the way. Like we could have wasted 3.5 minutes
You're 100%
to get
correct.
to me.
Jennifer, congratulations. You got yourself a 4-pack of tickets to the Crayola Experience. Unless you don't want to go, we can give them to the last lady.
Yeah, give them to the last lady.
Oh!
My daughter's 19. My daughter's going to be 19, and I mean, she would enjoy them with her 7-year-old.
Kayla, call back.
I just wanted
Kayla,
to win.
I have her number.
Call back. All right. Well, that's very good, Jennifer. Congratulations.
Well, got to pay it forward, Johnny.
There you
You're
go.
awesome. We
That's-
appreciate you guys every morning. So, I mean, I listen to you guys every single day.
Let me tell you
Forever.
It ain't bad for a 49-year-old woman. That ain't bad at all.
If I was Johnny, I'd give you something else, like Benson Boone tickets. or
No.
Hey, would you like?
No, it's just you.
Damn.
I
Yo,
got you, bro.
Brian is on
Hey,
it.
would you like some Alex Warren tickets?
Sure.
You got them. There it is.
Those are
There
big
it is.
tickets.
You're going. That's how we do it. You know, us old folks got to look out for each other.
Yo, I cannot with you guys.
You know, we got to look out for each other's
Hey,
back.
for that night, you're gonna be 29.
There you go.
That's right.
I
I'm going to
got
feel
you.
55 the next day, though.
All right, now, and Kayla, call back. You hold on a second, Jennifer, okay?
You're making everybody happy.
Everybody.
Now listen and tell 5 friends, please.
Yes, please tell 5 friends. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to talk about friends owing you money or something back in the day on Johnny's House. 7:36, you are listening to Johnny's House. I want to take a moment to say thank you for listening to the program. And you have other options, but you listen to us, and we do appreciate you. 60% chance of rain, sunny with a high of 93, 77 right now. Nerese, 73% of people, what, their friends owe them money or owe them something?
Yeah, so I saw this recently. It was posted saying, hold on one second, I need to find it.
It says people vote, they still haven't paid friends back.
Yeah, 73% of people voted saying they still haven't paid their friends back that they've lent money to. And I can kind of relate to this story. A few years ago, I had a really good friend of mine. I loaned her money to basically not pull out a loan so she can pay for her tuition.
Yeah.
And then she paid me back, but it took a long time. But she paid me back. And then later on, she asked me to borrow money again for a down payment for her husband's car.
Okay.
And I said no to that one because there's a difference between, loaning her money and then loaning your plus one money, which I respect both.
Okay.
But she paid me back so long. It took her so long to pay me back that I didn't have the confidence. Yeah.
I thought you brought this up because I owe you money for breakfast.
Yo,
so I was like, I see what you're doing here. I tried to find your Cash App yesterday, but there was like a gazillion Nereses, and I'm like, well, I can't send it to the wrong one.
No, I don't have Cash App.
Oh, well, then I'm glad I didn't send it. So I tried. I was like, oh, she gonna do this. She's gonna bring our business up on the radio.
And then that's how Johnny picked the topic.
I owe you $15. Yes, I know.
No, listen, I got a friend. I hope he's listening too. He's owed me money so long that he forgot that he owes me money and then hit me up if he can borrow some money again.
No, that's your friend.
I'm like, dude. And then I got to hit him up and say, I need that money. And he's mad at me because I'm trying to get my money back.
Well, everybody knows you go to the Bank of Johnny.
Hey,
now, the interest rates are a little steep.
I had to stop that because somebody told me. I used to lend money with high interest rates, and somebody said, you can go to jail.
That's like a loan shark.
I was loan sharking.
Mm-hmm. Were you?
Oh, yeah.
It was like a payday loan.
Oh, yeah.
Like 38% interest, but Johnny's like double.
My philosophy was, you don't go to the bank and get $100 and give them $100 back.
No.
I'll give you $100, but
you know those cash advances?
I'll give you
$100.
$100.
Got it.
You're going to give me $150.
Yeah, $150 back.
And once you get caught up in the cycle.
Oh, no, you don't want to do those. Those things are, I had to cash a check once when I was in Charlotte. I didn't know how those places work, but it's a out-of-town checks.
Yep.
So I had to sit there for a while, and I watched how that. I'm like, this is so sad.
My parents were caught up in that cycle for a long time.
When my wife and I
goodness.
first got married, we were broke, and she won a trip for her work.
Yeah,
and so we had no money to spend, but the trip was free. So we went and we did, and that was the last time we saw what happens if you get caught in the cycle. I'm like, never again, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
it was horrible. People were signing over their checks, their paycheck, and then taking out another loan from that check, and then every paycheck it was
you just paid the fee to have the loan keep going, and they just keep collecting your fees, but you never get out.
You never get out.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, nah, last time.
Ray, you got any friends owe you money?
Nope.
You ain't part of the 73%?
Nope.
How about you, B?
No one asks me for money because I make it pretty clear I don't have any.
That's basically how I am.
So no one asks me.
I got a nephew. He act like he forgot too. And I told, he said, Unc, I swear, Unc. I got one of those nephews. I swear, Unc, man, I got you, man. Man, I really need you this time. I know last time I said I need you, but I need you this time. And I promise you on Friday. That Friday was 3 years ago.
Oh, damn. No.
And then I see him on he gave a hug. You know you owe me that money, don't you? Don't have me go in and tell your mama.
I would feel so guilty if I owed somebody money. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to And
now on social media, they see you out doing your thing. You're like, hey.
And then you get a little mad. How you living your best life when you owe?
Right?
You're sitting at home, chilling. I got a little something to do. I'm looking at social media. No, how you even smiling, knowing in your life you owe me money?
The audacity.
Yep.
Yeah, people don't care.
My son walked in the other day, actually, and he goes, Dad, I need to borrow $150. And he never borrows money from me. And I'm like, okay. Well, he's like, I want to go to Boston to see a show with my brother. I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay.
So I have his bank on my app. So I pulled over. I was like, son, you got more in your savings than I do.
Yeah.
You ain't borrowing no money from me. That's what your savings is for. What the hell?
He said he trying to touch that.
Right. That's what he said. Well, I don't want to touch my savings. Oh, you want to touch my savings?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, Dad.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely, Dad. I want to find out if you're a part of the 73% of people that say that they have friends that have not paid them back, lent them money or lent them something. You've already borrowed it and they have not given it. My thing is, I don't let money ruin a friendship. If you borrow money from me and you don't pay me back, the bank is forever closed. Because I know if you can't pay me back, you're gonna hit that bump again. I'm not the person. Sis, I'm about to get kicked. You should have thought about that last time. You ain't pay me back.
Period.
One thing, the bank is closed. I'll help you out, but if you don't pay back, the bank is closed.
Back in the day when I was broke, I protected my good standing with Johnny like you do your credit score. I got to stay in good standing with Johnny. At least I know I can always go to him.
Oh,
Brown's like, I need $100. I got you, player. Now, you know what I'm gonna need back.
what would it be, honestly, the return fee?
20 about if he borrowed 100, I need 125 back.
25% interest.
Dang.
That's a solid credit card interest.
I was out somewhere and a lawyer told me, I know y'all joking on the radio because if that was for real, Johnny, they can really get you blah, blah, blah.
I'll let my credit card be late before I let my payment Johnny be late.
I was like, for real? Yeah. That's called so-and-so, so-and-so. And I know y'all joking though. Yeah, we joking. Absolutely. Jokes on the radio. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067, XL Mobile 41067, live stream, social media. You know we love hearing from you. Are you one of the 73% that your friends still owe you money? We want to talk to you on Johnny's House. 7:53 on a Thursday. You are listening to Johnny's House. 75, getting up to 93 with a 60% chance of rain. Other than that, it's going to be a lot of sunshine outside. Say a recent poll said that 73% of people still haven't been paid back from friends they lent money to. And we want to find out if you're one of those friends. You're one of those good friends, but they ain't trying to give you your money back. Sarah, good morning.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, Sarah. Somebody owes you money, girl.
No. So when people need money, I gift it to them and I tell them, don't pay me back. A friend of mine needed some money during COVID. She didn't ask for it. She just talked about hard times. I think they needed like $300 to pay bills. I gave her $500 because if you can't pay your bills, you can't afford groceries either. So I
Sarah,
gave her $500,
she's got money.
a couple hundred for groceries.
How can I be your friend?
Yeah.
How can we be friends?
Listen, money comes and goes.
Mm-mm.
But your friendship,
It just goes.
they're precious.
I'm dumb.
Nah, see, I disagree. I think friends come and go. But the money, that's precious.
You're such a good person.
I don't want anybody to owe me anything. I had a college student said he ate cereal for a month. I took him straight to Costco and I said, listen, baby, if you want steak, get some. I gave him a rack of steak. I got him a 20-pound bag of rice.
How did you become so nice? Are you a preacher's kid?
I had a toxic relationship with my parents. We had a toxic home.
Yeah.
Very, very tumultuous. Everybody yelling, screaming, being mean. So breaking the cycle was always really important to me in my life to teach my child too. So I worked really hard to just be different.
Hey, I'll tell you what, we're going to take your number down. And when I get hungry in here sometimes, I'm going to just call you and say, I don't want nothing, Sarah. But
I had cereal for lunch or for dinner on Tuesday.
No.
Some days I don't even eat.
No, you better not bring any food in here, Sarah. Sarah, don't bring. I'm playing. We no.
I'm also thirsty.
I bring the snacks.
No, don't do that.
I got twins to feed. I'm just kidding.
see, let me tell you about Ray.
You for real? I will.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Ray talking all that junk, and if you came in here with a gift bag with snacks and stuff for her kids, she wouldn't take it.
I would cry.
She would like, no.
Hey, Nerese would take it home.
You better believe it.
And I give to the
send it to
school too.
Panama.
That's my biggest one. Like I taught my son like charities. I don't know. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes on with charities, but I like giving my money to the people I love, people I care about. I want to see where my money's going.
Sarah,
I give money to the school.
How do I make you love me?
Seriously.
I do love you guys. You guys are great. Thanks for everything you guys do.
Oh,
I love
thank
your
you.
show, and I love listening to you guys.
Don't you ever change, girl. The world needs people like
Seriously.
you. Okay.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
She brings snacks in here, and Nerese's gonna eat the last one and say she didn't.
Oh, Brian.
Here we
go.
I mean,
it started.
You say here we
Did it
go,
just
but
start?
did it ever finish?
Did it just start? You know, the other day I was gonna buy Nutella too, just for the sake of doing it.
All right, I ain't gonna take no more call. We're gonna move on.
Hey,
All
sorry,
right.
she's leaving tomorrow. So I can't dig. I gotta get all my digs in today.
Get it out of your system.
All my digs in today.
Wow.
I love Nutella as much as Diddy loves baby oil, and you took it from me.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy, but let's put the blame on me, huh? Put the blame on me. Don't do this Shabuzi side eye.
I ain't said a word, Nerese. I said nothing.
I see you.
I ain't said anything. Celebrity news, Ray. What's going on?
Speaking of Diddy, what happened in court yesterday? I'll tell you.
Okay, please. Coming up, Johnny's house.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
Celebrity News is sponsored by Fairwinds Credit Union. So congratulations to Cassie. She has given birth to her third child with her husband, Alex Fine. So that was according to the reports yesterday that Cassie and Alex welcomed their new baby at the hospital in New York. So this is their third one.
I heard that just before she wrote that book about Diddy, that they were doing so badly that they were living with her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then she told Diddy, hey, I'm about to write this book.
Yeah.
He gave her 20. And then just a couple weeks ago, that hotel gave her another 10.
Yeah.
So she went from living in the mom house to 30 million.
Oh, yeah.
There was testimony, and I'm not sure where you're going with the story, Ray, but I saw yesterday they were talking about Cassie and Diddy and their relationship, and she brought Jay-Z up.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
The assistant said, well, why don't you break it up with Diddy? Like, if you treat you so bad, she's like, well, Jay-Z's taken. Like,
because her thing is, that's the status of man that I want.
I need a mogul.
And the only person bigger than that is Jay-Z, and he's taken.
Jay-Z's like, keep my name out your mouth, girl. Damn.
Seriously.
I can't. So again, yesterday was the 11th day of witness testimony. And I don't know if you saw this, but Diddy's defense team asked for a mistrial.
Sure did.
They claimed that the prosecution basically was claiming that he was trying to plant the idea that he, Mr. Combs, Diddy, had something to do with the destruction of these fingerprints that happened with the Kid Cudi explosion and the break-in at his house.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't see that, the jury heard from an LAFD arson investigator and an LAPD officer who testified, telling the jury that those fingerprints that were part of the investigation for the blow up of his house or of his car and then the break-in of his house were destroyed. And that was normal protocol though. So that's what the investigator actually told the jury. This isn't normal protocol, but what they were pitching is that it was normal protocol. So Diddy's defense team basically was saying, we need a mistrial because all of this is irrelevant.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So basically what they're trying to do is get a mistrial, but the judge was like, no, we're going through. And the judge actually rejected the request and to ignore the question about the testimony about the fingerprints. So, I mean, that was a big thing yesterday is that they tried to fight that. But also the last person that testified was the LAPD officer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the testifies yesterday were kind of just all over the place and it had to do with Kid Cudi. You know, a lot of it didn't really have to do.
Well, because if it shows that he blew that car up, you know, then that changes the game.
Yeah.
So
there was another one that was a celebrity stylist. She did have some stuff to say. His name is Deontay Nash. He testified saying that, you know, he started working for Diddy and Cassie back in 2008 and moving his way up from like an intern to a stylist. So he was new into the industry. And he told the jury that he witnessed Diddy threaten Cassie's career and threatened to release sex tapes of Cassie. So that was a big thing that he was like, I witnessed it. I heard Diddy threaten to release these tapes. And he also testified that he saw Diddy get violent with her. So there was
it didn't seem like he was trying to hide that. It seemed like if anybody was around, he felt like screaming. He did.
I mean, the incident where he threw a skillet pan at her head in front of like her friends, that just shows right there that he doesn't care. But there was one incident where Diddy made Cassie's head bleed, and this stylist was actually present for that. He didn't report the violence because he feared retaliation from Diddy. So, I mean, Nash also testified Diddy came to his home once looking for Cassie, and he was even peeking like inside the oven. It was like really weird, he said. He was like, Diddy came to my house looking for Cassie. And he said Cassie and Diddy would go to a hotel pretty much every week. So
how did he run all that stuff?
I don't know.
Now, my question is, I don't know the relationship, but how close is Diddy and Donald Trump? Because if they were boys, you know, because they both used to try to say they ran New York back in the day.
Yeah.
We both ran New York. So if they're friends, then maybe after the case, you know.
Don't say it.
I ain't saying nothing.
I mean,
that's not going to happen.
Who knows?
Who knows?
There's no
Is
way.
that legally possible?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, in your wildest dreams, would you ever have thought before Kodak Black was going to get randomly pardoned?
Right.
No.
Yo.
I mean, but this is way bigger than what Kodak Black
I know, but I'm
did.
just saying, like, the idea.
I never even would have thought of Kodak Black out of anything. I don't even care what Kodak Black does.
Right,
I don't care
so-
if he's in jail. I don't care if he's out of jail.
I'm just
But what
saying.
I'm saying is Diddy did a lot more things than Kodak Black
Well,
and way worse
Right now, they
things.
all alleged. We don't really know.
I mean, he beat the
I just didn't
crap
know.
out of a
I just
woman
didn't
in front of
know
people.
how close they were.
I don't know.
Because, but they both at the time were saying that, we both were in New York.
Yeah.
So maybe just like,
and back in the day, Donald Trump was actually a favorite of most hip hop artists.
Yeah.
It wasn't
That is
until he
true.
ran for president that people started hating on him. Back in the day before the president part, everyone loved to be around Donald Trump.
That is so true.
So who they could be boys.
I think that after today or after yesterday, though, that a lot of this Kid Cudi stuff is going to go away because they're just like they're overhearing about it.
Because what is happening is that it's confusing the jurors. What are we supposed to listen for? What are we listening to? So we heard that, but we're not supposed to hear that. And they're like, let's stop talking about it.
But I will say that I think they're doing a good job proving the racketeering and RICO and all that stuff and the abuse, obviously. But
hey, we come back. There's a weird but true, but there's also a certain kind of summer that's happening. But weird and true with Brian Grimes on the way next on Johnny's House. $809 Johnny's House, sunny with a 60% chance of rain. 75 right now, looking for a high of 93. Want to say good morning to Tom Vanessa from the Nickley Group. Listening this morning. Tom, let's get together, smoke that cigar, man. You owe me one, brother. Good morning to you. B, weird but true. What's going on?
So, sometimes people try to smuggle things into prison, and you got to get creative ways to do it.
I don't get that.
Well, in Costa Rica, they busted a cat trying to smuggle crack cocaine into prison.
Nice.
So they caught this cat trying to climb over the perimeter fence of the prison. It had 2 drug packages attached to its body. So obviously it was on purpose.
And it wasn't the first time.
Yeah. The first one contained over 235 grams of the marijuana. And the second one had 67 grams of crack in it. So they obviously turned the cat over to the National Animal Health Services, drugs confiscated, and now they're trying to find out who sent the cat.
What they need to do is put the cat back down because it's on some type of mission.
Yes.
And then follow the cat when it goes back to where it's going to go.
Right, because it's going to go.
It's going to go,
back eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, but they already turned it over to the health services, and I guess they're just going to keep an eye on the wall and see where the cats come from.
See, that's my thing, man. You can train a cat, dude. You can go to Key West and make a fortune.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be teaching the cat to send drugs to the jail.
Yeah, it reminded me
train cat.
of The Hangover where the little monkey delivered the drugs.
Yeah.
There's a new study that found, no shocker, the amount of time that you spend scrolling through social media directly corresponds to the amount of fake news that you believe.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
So it's the first of its kind published study. Obviously, they've probably done more studies than this. Michigan State University put it together. They had a bunch of people in there. They formatted social media sites. The stories were randomized, and the credibility of the stories was rated by the people taking part in it. The ones that spent more time on social media were more likely to believe the false stories that they came across than people that just kind of randomly use social media.
Because I think what happens is that once you go down that rabbit hole, your mind is focused in on that, and the stuff you're reading starts making sense.
I agree.
It just all makes sense.
Well, and I also think the more you use social media, the more you think of it as the news. I remember my mom when Facebook first blew up. She was all over Facebook.
Yeah.
She spent her entire day on Facebook because she had a lot of time on her hands. She was doing chemo treatments, but she would start referring to her news feed as the news.
Yes.
And I'd be like, Mom,
No.
that's your news feed. That ain't
Yes.
the news.
Uh-huh.
I saw on the news. What news? On
Yep.
Facebook. No. That ain't the
Yeah.
news.
Man, you got people thinking the former first lady was selling kids out of a pizza shop in New York.
Oh my God.
Pizzagate.
That's right. Oh, I still, okay.
I know. I ain't say
There
no
is
name.
some truth behind
I ain't say no
Pizzagate.
name.
There is a new.
Yeah.
Do
there's-
not shut it down.
Yeah.
No, there's been some new revelations in
Okay.
Pizzagate. Now I'm not sure if it relates to the former first lady or not, but there's been some new talk about
Yes.
Pizzagate. There really has. And real quick, because hurricane season's about to start, I thought it'd be a good idea to let y'all know that they just did a study to find the state most ready for disasters. And Florida right now, we rank in 28th. So we got some work to do.
You know why? Because in Florida, it's been so many hit and miss that it has to be like it's approaching in 2 hours before people start making a move.
Yeah.
Because all the time, hey man, we're gonna get a hurricane in 3 days. Make sure you get your and all the be prepared. Are you prepared? Everybody prepared. You got prepared. Get prepared. You're like, man, ain't nothing gonna happen. And then nothing happens. And then when it's supposed to happen, it's too late.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
So that's why we're 27.
A place that gets no disasters, Vermont is ranked number 1.
Oh,
They're ready.
I heard
it's
Vermont's
beautiful.
Yeah, I heard it's a beautiful
Yeah.
place. That's why I don't want you up there. Like, dang. All right. We come back. This is weird. It's a new summer. You know how they had a hot girl summer, hot boy summer. This is a brand new type of summer. And Brian's gonna tell us about it. I don't know if it's gonna fly, but we'll tell you about it.
I'm not sure if I'm going to partake.
I'm
but-
not. I know I'm not
you
partaking.
guys should.
Not even for the hits.
Nope.
Not even for the hits.
There's some that we've jumped on just for
Yes.
fun. This ain't gonna be one of them.
You guys are lame.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are. All right, we'll talk about it next on Johnny's House.
is your double chin cool sculpting elite.
Teddy swim on a day where there's a 60% chance of rain, a lot of sun, 93 is a high. It is, what we're looking at now, Ray?
81.
81. Good. Next. Now we talk about the hot girl summer. They keep trying to bring that back every summer. The hot boy summer. But GQ say this shit's going to be.
They say for the fellas, it's going to be the Speedo summer.
Not happening.
Go.
No.
Come on now.
And they say that's kind of been a thing in the gay community for a while, but they said this is for the straight dudes.
Yes.
It's going to be Speedo summer.
Well,
That's
this
right.
weekend is like gay days and like,
Is it really?
you know, the bear celebration that everybody's trying to get you guys to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of them, you'll just see Speedos out there.
I way back in the day, I used to wear, I'll bring the photo in just once, but y'all can't keep it or take photos of it.
Oh.
I had leopard Speedos and cheap gold chains.
Okay.
Stop.
I mean, in your defense, that was back then.
Yeah. Herringbone.
Yeah.
Just saw that in my head.
Well, wasn't Flat Johnny, weren't you in a Speedo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that was on a billboard.
That was on a billboard. Yeah.
So they say Harry Styles has been wearing shorter and shorter shorts, and he's been seen a lot over in Europe, and that's a big thing. So GQ said that this season, the makers of the swimsuits are making the inseam shorter and
Yes,
shorter
they
and
are.
shorter
They are
and
doing
shorter. And so they say that they're going to have some Speedos.
Listen, wear what you want. If you feel that you want to wear a Speedo and you don't give a damn what anybody says about you, do what you do you.
Mm-hmm.
I personally feel that if you're not an Olympic swimmer, you shouldn't be wearing Speedos.
And even then, I'm questioning it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't sit there and just flop your arms like this, like you're ready to dive into the pool and
remember that flyaway that we did to the Hard Rock and that wrestler guy came out?
Yes.
And he had I had to leave the pool because I was so disturbed.
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
was like, what is
he had to curl that thing up in there.
I was like, what is
we
that?
see guys at Undie Run that have to wrap it around a few times.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be very secure.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I love, and I don't care who it ain't even Speedo season. You'll always find an overweight dude with Speedos on.
Yeah.
And he ain't by himself.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody think that's sexy.
Right.
You know,
they have a level of I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
And you have
that's confidence.
And in life, you should have a level of I don't give a damn.
No, they know that they shouldn't really be rocking it physically. They don't care. Like, nah, whatever.
Yeah.
Look at all this.
But I think you don't just, for those guys who go to the beach and wear the Speedos, they've been doing it for years to the point where people around them already know.
Yeah.
I just can't bust out on the cruise and just bust around in some Speedos on the top deck. Because, first of all, y'all gonna laugh because you think it's a joke.
No, not this year. It's Speedo season.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody.
So when we make the itinerary, can
Speedo
we
summer.
have Speedo Saturday or something?
Yes, right. I love it.
On the pool deck.
I can't say that because I won't be participating in it.
I'll be there. I'm not going to wear a
leading
Speedo.
it.
I will not be.
Get
Not
it
gonna
custom
be.
made.
I wear boxer briefs as underwear. I don't even wear tighty whities. So I don't even know. And I don't even know if Speedo comes in extra large. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see how much Speedos cost. Man, no, Speedo.
I mean, they're like this year. They said that all the designers are going to make them. So like Gucci gonna make some, Dolce & Gabbana gonna make some.
Send it
on all the big TV shows. White Lotus just had an episode where the dude was rocking a Speedo.
Wow. Now they got them in. You can get them. You can get them for $14.95, $42.95, $37.95 for Speedo.
There you go.
$45.
You better jump on that because once Speedo summer takes off, the price is gonna go up.
The Speedo Man's One Brief at Dick's Sporting, $45.
Dick's Sporting.
I ain't trying to be funny. That's the way it is right there. Look, this man ain't got an ounce of fat nowhere.
Well, of course, the model they're gonna show you.
Yeah. To make it appealing.
I'm gonna look at a big man in Speedo.
There you go.
Careful what you look for.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that sounds like an OnlyFans.
All right.
I bet you there's going to be some people now that we are talking about this on our cruise. Okay, so how about you just take a picture in one, you and Brian, to promote the cruise?
No, we're not doing that.
Why?
We're even off the air, we even said this ain't one we're going to do. Man.
Whatever. You should do it.
Sheen has them for $6.
Of course they do. I bet you Temu does too.
Look, they're Manfinity Swim Mode plus size men striped print swim trunks.
Dad bod Speedos. That's what you're supposed to rock.
Yep.
A dad bod
do it.
Speedo. Look, my man right there rocking a Speedo. Look like he just got a regular dad bod.
Man,
I look like that.
A $6.67 swimsuit polyester looks like be cutting yourself. You be like,
That's gonna be me and Johnny right there.
That's great.
Do it.
That is great.
Not gonna happen.
Look at us hanging out, chilling.
Not gonna happen.
Color coordinated.
Wow.
Put the Johnny's House logo on it.
Wow. I'm looking at $6.46 for the Manfinity Swim Mode plus size men minimalist.
You know what?
Casual daily swim trunk.
I'll do it if Johnny does it.
See?
There you go, Bill.
Do it.
Let's get some of these.
Hey.
Oh hell yeah, let's do it.
Stop.
Just make it a theme day on the cruise.
I'll do it if Johnny does it.
doing it.
Yeah.
Not
What
doing
would you
it.
say? Speedo
All right,
Saturday?
well, I won't do
Not
it.
doing it.
I'm only gonna do it if Johnny does it.
Not doing it.
Speedos and sandals.
Havoc on the pool deck in your banana hammock.
That's what these are too, boy.
Yep. I'll do it if Johnny does it.
Not doing it.
Do it. Do
Nope.
it.
Here's some Speedos got little ducks on it.
That's all you.
$5.06 for the Manfinity Swim Mode plus size cartoon duck print.
Oh, here's a denim print Speedo.
Stop.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on the record and say I would not be participating in the Speedo summer.
Well, guys, I tried.
Would not be participating.
If Johnny would have done it, I'd have done it.
I'm not doing it. So, anybody want to participate in Speedo summer? Y'all do you. Y'all do you.
I mean, if you need to stuff it, it's fine.
I
Like
don't
we
need
won't
to do
need to
that.
tell.
No,
You know?
no, that's not a problem I'm having. It's not the stuffing in, it's the stuffing around.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm not too concerned
Gotcha.
about what's in it.
I just didn't know what the solid no was for.
I'm concerned about what's hanging out of it.
I don't want to be like Norbit. You got a swim trunk? Yes, I do.
No.
How you doing? How you doing? If you don't know, watch the movie. All right, we come back. We're talking about somebody got busted in the weird way they did on the way on Johnny's house. $8:33, and it's Johnny's house. We come back. We're going to find out how a lady caught her husband cheating. Weird way. We'll tell you that story next on Johnny's house. 8:37. It is Johnny's house, and there's a 60% chance of rain today. High today should reach about 92, and is 81 right now. A lady in the UK, she caught her husband. How'd she catch him, B?
So she caught him cheating. She was suspecting something, and then she noticed that his toothbrushing habit was a little off. So they have an electric toothbrush, and they both use the same toothbrush. And I guess I don't have one that's this fancy, but it connects to an app.
Okay.
So it kind of tells you, like, how you're brushing, like pressure and all this, but it also tracks what time you brush your teeth.
Okay.
She noticed that his teeth brushing pattern was not normal.
Okay.
So that tipped her off to start looking around and see what's the what. Why is he brushing his teeth at these random times of the day? And she found out that he was cheating, and it all started because she noticed his teeth brushing was a little off.
Dang.
So he probably thought, there ain't no way I'm gonna get busted. I've been covering my tracks.
So she wasn't looking. It kind of fell in her lap.
Right, pretty much. Well, she felt weird, it said, the article. And then when she noticed the variance in the toothbrush time, she's like, wait a second. This doesn't make sense. He's brushing his teeth when he's, middle of the day. He didn't used to do that. Like, why did it change all of a sudden? So then she started to look. And so if she hadn't have seen that, she probably would have just gone about her day, no problem.
Now, mine wasn't as, that one was kind of, you were looking at one thing as another. I remember I was calling this young lady I was kind of seeing. I was cheating too, so she was too. I just didn't think that she cheated on me. How could anybody cheat on me?
All right,
my God,
come on. I mean, I'm Johnny Magic.
Really, that's how I thought at that time. No joke.
Really.
So I'm sitting in the car, and I remember calling her, and she didn't pick up. And then later we got together, and she said, "Look, I'm gonna go in the store and get something." And I sat in the car, and her phone was there, and it went off, and I wasn't looking for it. It just went off. And I looked down and realized that she had taken a call the same time that I was calling. She didn't click over. So I'm like, wait a minute. That's the person she said not to worry about.
Ooh, that's the worst of the worst, too.
So, she was very smart. So she flipped the script on me. I was like, hey, listen, I wouldn't even look. I'm just kind of curious how, when I called you at such and such time, you were on the phone with such and such, and you didn't click over. Did you look at my phone? No, I ain't looking at the phone. So that's what kind of relationship we got now? Do you just pick up my... No, I wasn't even like that.
Oh, she flipped it on you. Yes, because you're the professional. Oh, I don't want to be in a relationship where I can't be trusted.
Yes. Yep.
That's a professional right there.
I know. I'm like, no. That's not... No. Okay, so you just go through all my things. We never addressed the fact that you were talking to somebody and you ain't click over.
Yeah.
Broke up with.
And if there was nothing to worry about, that conversation would be no big deal.
Oh, no,
She'd be like, I was just having a very important conversation.
And I needed to take it. I apologize.
But since it was a big deal.
But that wasn't cool that you look. And I'll explain. You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. Blah, blah, blah. But no, she got busted. It made me feel bad.
Flipped it on you.
Ray, when did you catch somebody?
I've never caught anybody cheating. Never.
Really?
Yeah.
No one's ever cheated on Ray?
They might
she's
have.
Ray.
Really?
Cheats on Ray.
They might have. I just didn't know about it.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah.
I felt that way till it happened.
Until it actually happened. Yeah.
And I went like, you cheated on me?
Right.
Well, yeah, I was cheating, but that don't matter.
Right. It's the principalities involved. I've been with my wife for a very long time. So, but this goes back before that. The one girl that I was dating, we lived together actually. And she was always having to work extra hours. Now we didn't have like great jobs or anything, so she didn't make a whole lot of money. But then I noticed that over the course of a few weeks, you work a lot of hours, but
no money.
You ain't never got any money.
That's
interesting.
So I was like, well, that's weird because you're always going into work. Like you should have extra money. And then one time when she said that she was going to work, I went to work. She worked at a retail spot. Very easy to find. Hey, she ain't working today. Really? Because she said she's working today. This is before text messaging. So I couldn't blow her up. I couldn't blow her up. Right.
Yes.
I had to hold on to it. And then finally it came out that, she was actually hooking up with a dude that she was working with. So she would go, even the days that she wasn't working, she would go to work and hang out with him while he was working.
And y'all lived together?
Yeah.
What kind
of
rap
my
is
gosh.
And you can't be trusting bitches.
That's true.
I wrote mine off as karma. It hit me back.
Yeah.
Nerese?
Yeah. I just find it to be like,
You
I'm
ever
in
catch your
awe.
buddy?
Yeah. My ex, Yeah, so he's the reason he's the ex because he cheated. I just went through his phone one day, like something was triggering me for a while. I was like, we weren't doing well for a few months, and we were basically treating each other like roommates.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. One day, I straight up woke up in the middle of the night. My eyes shot open. I stood up and I walked around the other side of the bed. I opened his phone, which I like looked at him. I'm like, dumb. You didn't even change your password. Oh, when I saw the messages, I had to walk away before I killed him in his sleep.
See, now I hear your story, but we ain't alike. See, I ain't go searching for the phone. The phone went off.
She had something that triggered her inside.
That phone went off. I wouldn't even look down there if that phone hadn't gone off at that particular time.
That sounds like what a cheater would say.
So
Dang, that's crazy.
You went over in the middle of the night, went,
Listen, that man went through my phone for no reason, was trying to find
stuff. So this was a bad relationship in general. If you're both going through each other's stuff, that ain't good.
I know, I'm telling you, I'm not the kind of person to go through someone's phone.
But you did
that
it.
night,
So
something just was like, go check.
Yeah.
See, I ain't have.
That's what the kind of person that would go through a phone says until they go through a phone. Is I'm not the kind of person.
Well,
that
thank
would do
God
that.
I did too, because I saw what I saw.
Yeah, no good. That was a bad relationship.
See, nobody went through my phone because I had two. I had two phones.
You are helping people take notes. Stop it. Don't listen to Johnny.
One for the girl and one for the hose.
I did. I paid all those penances, believe me. I want to find out when did you catch somebody or you notice somebody doing something and it was an unusual or weird way that you busted them. Going to hook you up with a pair of tickets to EDC Orlando. Secure the 3-day passes. Prepare for endless magic. Also, it's going to be on November 7th, 8th, and 9th. And tickets are sold now starting at just $5 down and you can pay it off. But we're going to give you a pair of EDC Orlando passes. All you got to do is tell us the weird way you busted somebody. It was weird. You didn't plan it. That's just how it happened. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. Hit us now in Johnny's house. $8:46. It is Johnny's house. A woman in the UK caught her husband cheating when she noticed his toothbrush was being used at odd times because they have an app. And I want to find out some weird way that you busted somebody. It does happen. We're going to hook somebody up with some tickets to see EDC Orlando. It's going to be taking place on November 7th, 8th, and 9th. And tickets on sale now starting at just $5 down. You do that now, boy. You'll be there in the show going, yeah, we had a great time. All right, let's say good morning. I guess we're calling from Utah. Is this Tessa?
Yeah.
Hey, Tessa, good morning. We can't play your theme music anymore because we got in trouble for that.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
you get no theme music.
Yeah,
No.
we just have to know that you're high.
Yeah.
Well, that's lame as F.
She almost cursed.
Tessa, what's going on in your world? How'd you bust somebody?
So I wasn't even looking to try and bust him. Some girl found me on Facebook Messenger. She somehow was able to figure out who I was through Snapchat, found me on Facebook Messenger, and sent me a bunch of screenshots. And one day I was bored, and I was like, let's open my message requests on Facebook, and I saw her, and I was like, what the hell?
What is she telling you? She was with your man?
No, he was messaging her super inappropriate stuff constantly, and she sent me screenshots of it.
Dang. And now what happened what happened when you saw him?
Well, first I called him, and I'm like, you're effed. And he came home from work, and we had a long talk, and we tried to make it work, but a couple months later, I was like, I'm not going to get past this.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can't get past it. All right, Tessa.
Nope.
Thank you for sharing that, girl. Sorry, we don't have your theme music.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. See you, girl.
Rip.
I think if you decide you're going to stay with someone, that's the hard part. You really have to.
You really do.
Have to be like, you know what? We're going to today. This is the last day. We're going to talk about it, think about it, whatever.
Mhm.
That's hard to do, though. I couldn't do it.
Nope.
From Orlando, Bellman. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good. Weird way you caught somebody.
Hi. So this was all the way back in high school, senior year. It wasn't me, but it was my best friend. So senior year is like the time, everyone gets their first car. So he just got his first car maybe a month ago, and, he's feeling himself. He has a girlfriend, but, he started going out even more, experiencing life. And he was in a relationship for a couple months already, and his girlfriend at the time texted him. It was around 8-9 p.m. He texted her saying he's going to sleep. When in reality, he actually had a date planned with another girl.
Yep.
But the issue here was he ended up taking that girl that night to a Mexican restaurant, not knowing the father of his actual girlfriend owned.
Oh.
So he had a date there, and his actual girlfriend was at the restaurant that night. So she actually saw them, went up to them, greeted them, saying, "Oh, hi, I don't want to say names.
Yeah.
My name is so-and-so. This is so-and-so, and yes, he is
How did
single
she? How long did they date? It couldn't have been that serious if he didn't know that his girlfriend family owned a restaurant.
It was 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
It was just I don't know how that's what I ask myself all the time. It was just, I guess, stupidity from high school.
Yeah.
But that's another thing I'm like, man, how did you not know there's millions of restaurants?
But no,
there.
Here's the thing, especially because high school is such a small world. She wouldn't have to tell him. Somebody in the school would say, her family owns so-and-so, so-and-so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know, but we're best friends till this day. And yeah, like you said, Johnny, how you learned your, karma got you, it's gotten him back so many times afterwards. And we sit back and laugh now.
No, listen, karma hit me that one time. I'm done. You ain't got to look, you ain't got to tell me 3 or 4 times. I get it. I absolutely get it.
Ever since that time, he's calmed down and doesn't do anything like that anymore.
Go ahead. Now, you hold on a second. Ray, what they saying over there?
Somebody said during the pandemic, I was up around 2 a.m. watching TV. I heard my man's phone go off a couple times. I never check his phone, but I kept hearing it. So I checked. It was a notification from an app that I never heard of. I logged onto the app. What it was a dating app.
Ooh.
So then she created a fake profile, and she got a message from a random man who explained why it as on there or whatever. She didn't look through the app or whatever, but then long story short, she caught him, kicked him out, and
That
she
is
was
the
with him
worst.
for 16 years.
Dang.
Here's the thing that is so impressive with women is y'all can play the long game.
Yeah.
Right? Like she could have set up an app and said for a whole month he thought that he was seeing somebody else, but he was talking to me. But during that month, you're going out to dinner, you're doing things, everything's joking.
So
I
there's a
couldn't do it.
guy-
I'm waking you up that night. Hey,
guess-
we talking about this.
She met somebody that was familiar with the app, and he helped her go through the app and find him cheating. And now she's been with that dude
Of course
for
he
5
did.
years.
Oh.
Of course she did.
Wow.
Of course he did.
She wrote a lot, so
Of
I was
course
going
he
through
did.
it. But they've been together for 5 years now.
Your boy did that
Right.
just for that.
Yeah, the dating app Batman.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, vigilante, I'm helping you.
And he's just like, I don't know what's wrong here. Hug me. B, what is it over
Oh,
there?
there's two good ones on the XL Mobile powered by Attorney Dan Newland. Interact, need to check. It's a no-brainer. Call Attorney Dan Newland. Someone said I was standing next to my now ex at a theme park with my family in town, and I was watching him text pictures to someone else saying, wish you were here.
No.
It was his best friend's girlfriend
Oh.
that he was texting to.
And they're at the park with the family?
Yep.
Oh.
They said we broke up. I was stupid. Got back together with him. Got pregnant, and but now they're not together. But he's a good dad at least. But definitely an ex still. And someone said my husband and I were supposed to meet up after work to go to a wing eating contest.
Okay.
My husband loves wings. This MFer didn't show up, and that's how I know, because you don't skip out on your wife in wings unless you cheat. And so I followed him, and he was doing something dirty. Now, they got it back together. She said, I forgave.
Okay.
Everything's cool. They've been together 20 years.
Okay.
Good.
It's like, listen, I know how much you love wings.
Yeah.
And I know how much you love me. You diss both of us? Oh, this is over, Nerese.
This is crazy. Amanda Kate, she said, I caught a guy once because he told me to go over his house after work. He had told me that he was getting off at a certain time, so we'd meet then. He got held up a little at work. I got to his place. Before him and his roommates let me in, I opened his bedroom door to find a note from a girl saying thanking him for last night and to delete the video. Then when he walked in, I held up the note and said, what's this? He snatched it out and he said nothing.
He panicked.
He did.
He panicked.
I would eat the piece of paper.
That's obvious.
Oh gosh.
Idiot.
What note?
That's insane.
That's a bigger panic move right there.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What note? I don't even know what you're talking about. Bellman, we're going to hook you up with a pair of EDC Orlando passes. Congratulations. Ray Celebrity News.
Larry Hoover, one of the lucky ones that's going to be released.
Coming up on Johnny's House.
All right, Mr. Larry Hoover.
They call me Big Meech. Larry Hoover.
He just found himself one of the lucky inmates who got good news on Wednesday. President Donald Trump basically commuted the prison sentence of...
He's been in there for like, 30 years?
Oh, my gosh,
He's been there a minute.
For a long time. So Larry Hoover's name should ring bells, obviously, if you don't know exactly who he is, but he's a Chicago gang leader. Kanye West, Drake, basically talked about him.
Rick Ross, that's
Ross.
his big one.
They call me
Yeah.
Big Meech.
So, I mean, Kanye sent some praises to President Trump for the pardon.
President Trump said no thanks.
Yeah. So
Look, I know I'm crazy, but you crazy.
That's funny because he posted, due to President Trump for the pardon. And after hearing the news, Larry Hoover's family is also like in the midst of the celebration. So everybody is just like
I had to
very
look it
excited.
up. When I heard that, I'm like, Larry Hoover?
I told Johnny this morning, I'm like, I
Yeah.
saw it on X yesterday in a few spots, but I ain't sure if it's true.
Yeah. So 74 years old. He's been in prison multiple times for multiple life sentences for a 1973 murder. And, he was just like a big head honcho in the gang.
Oh, yeah.
Gang
the
world.
drug game, yeah.
73. So he's been in there for years and years.
Yeah.
Yep. He's still been fighting to get out. Yeah.
He looks good, though. If you haven't seen a picture of him, he looks pretty decent. Did you see, speaking of jail, Tory Lanez, that video?
Oh, they got the shank video?
I
didn't see it.
No.
Yes.
You seen it, right?
Yes. The
I can't watch that.
stabbing was caught on camera
I can't watch
in
that.
prison. And it's clear from the video that he is lucky to be alive. I'm not backpedaling on what you were saying, Johnny,
Yeah.
and that, he
Yeah.
should be released. But Tory was lying on his back. And you could see him flailing and kicking his legs up in the air as the attacker was
kept
stabbing him. And you could see him try to fend for himself. And then you could see him sprint down the stairs to get away from him.
After all those stabs?
After all the stabs, he started sprinting down the stairs. There's some screen grabs that are probably floating around social media right now. Tory's just covered in blood. And he's walking, obviously, and he's coherent. But yeah, 14 times he was stabbed, but that video is officially out there. He was rushed to that local hospital for treatment. He returned to prison once he recovered from the stabbing. So
Yeah, I think that somebody's not. I think that guy might not be in the prison.
No.
He said something about he disrespected his wife or some craziness.
There's so many different speculations
Yeah.
of why the fight started, but I don't know.
I'm just saying, you're pardoning some people.
Why? Because he got stabbed?
Yes.
Nah, bro.
We went through this yesterday, so we can do it again if you want. But I mean, the man, if you're talking about eye for an eye, shooting off a pinky toe and getting shanked with a toothbrush 14 times.
I get it. And if Larry Hoover is going to have pardon and he's got life sentences,
Yeah.
I get it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying, let Larry Hoover out. Just one of the couples, let one of them stay.
What if
One of
Grizzlies?
One of them Grizzly people.
What if Tory Lanez says, all right, look, why don't you shoot my pinky toe? Shoot my pinky toe off. Now we even.
Eye for an eye.
How about both pinky toes?
Okay, that's fine. You don't need them.
Better.
Would the Grizzlies say, hey,
Grizzlies.
Would the Grizzlies say, well, one of y'all got to go. Y'all decide. I'm going to put y'all in the room. Y'all decide who gets to get out.
Well, the husband's got a longer sentence.
Yeah, he does.
So it's like, hey, maybe
Yeah.
let me get out.
Also, the guy from Chucky, I wasn't going to mention this, but the
Yeah.
guy,
Oh, yeah.
Gale.
He's been in
Ed
like
Gale.
130 different movies and shows.
Yeah, so Child's Play. But
He was
in,
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, he was Howard
Spaceballs.
the-
I was looking at it. Spaceballs, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
It's good that they're giving him, his attention. Unfortunately, he passed, but no one knows him. They just know the characters that
Yeah.
he played. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh wow. Okay.
His family did a eulogy that was pretty funny. Like
Did it?
they made jokes about it because he
Okay.
was that kind of guy. They
Yeah.
said.
But
So.
the thing that I didn't know is that he was like the first big screen superhero.
Well,
That's what
Howard
they're
the Duck
calling
was
him.
the first
Yeah.
Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Because Howard the Duck was a Marvel comic that they turned into a movie. Now it
Which I had
tanked.
no idea.
Oh yeah, I did tank.
It tanked, but yeah, it was the first Marvel movie
Was it
ever
really?
back in
Yeah.
the 80s. Yeah,
So 61 years old, unfortunately, he passed away.
With all the success they have, you think they'll try to do a reboot just to
of Howard the Duck.
try to make it right,
Or just they should have thrown him in the Avengers somewhere, like as a joke.
keep it going on. All right, gotta find out what is trending in the world. We'll do that next on Johnny's House.
That wasn't pre-recorded. What are y'all talking about? Y'all crazy. We were sitting right here the whole time. Crazy ass people. We just had to step out early for something, so we recorded a break. No big deal. It was either that or throw in something you've already heard. So we decided just to record extra break ahead. So you got new live content on the radio. That's all. Or am I just covering up for the fact that we were testing out AI Johnny's house? But now I got to go do work. So here's all.